Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to tackle one of the biggest, most universal frustrations in any ambitious project. That feeling of hitting a wall, where it seems like you're just forced to compromise.
So, you know the feeling, right? You have a clear goal, a really smart team, but somehow progress just stalls. Why is that? Well, a lot of the time, it's because when you try to improve one critical thing, like speed or quality, it feels like you're automatically making something else worse, like the cost or its complexity.
And this quote just nails it. The problem isn't a lack of effort or talent. It's a fundamental conflict between two things you want. In the innovation world, this is what we call a contradiction. And honestly, just learning to see these contradictions is the very first step toward a real breakthrough.
So, the big question is, how do we solve these contradictions without just settling for some watered-down mediocre compromise? Well, the answer lies in a really powerful methodology for systematic innovation called TRIZ.
TRIZ is actually a Russian acronym. It stands for the Theory of Inventive Problem Solving. And it's all built on this incredible insight that truly innovative solutions tend to follow predictable patterns. Patterns that were discovered by analyzing thousands of inventions from all over the world.
The really essential idea here is how TRIZ deals with what it calls a technical contradiction. This is exactly that scenario we talked about. When improving one thing, like making a device stronger, inevitably makes something else worse, like making it heavier. But here's the key. Instead of just trying to find an acceptable balance, TRIZ aims to completely eliminate the conflict.
This right here illustrates a fundamental mindset shift. You see, traditional thinking forces a trade-off. You get something a little faster, but hey, it's also heavier. TRIZ flat out refuses to accept that compromise. It pushes for a true breakthrough by asking a much better question. How can we make this much faster and lighter?
And here's the process, which is just brilliant. You start with your own specific, messy, real-world problem. Then you zoom out and abstract it into a general, well-understood type of problem. From there, you find a proven conceptual solution from the TRIZ toolkit. And then, the final step, you adapt that powerful general solution back to your unique situation.
Now, what's so cool is that this powerful problem-solving engine isn't just for engineering challenges. Not at all. You can plug it directly into a strategic framework to give it some serious superpowers. Let's see how it maps to a framework for getting your whole organization aligned, something called True North. So, the True North framework, it's a tool for creating real alignment in a company. It's designed to answer one simple but really powerful question. Where are we going, and how do we make sure everyone knows what to do next? It's all about turning that high-level strategy into focused, daily action.
And it does this through 6 really powerful elements. First, you've got the headline, a simple, clear goal people can actually remember. Then there's the narrative, which is the story behind that goal, the emotional engine. The objective is your one specific mission. After that, you define the boundaries. Restrictions are what you will not do, which helps avoid distractions. Tactical constraints are your real-world limits on time or budget. And finally, places to start gives your team that initial momentum to get going.
I absolutely love this analogy. Think about it this way. Your True North strategy, that's your map. It shows you the destination. But TRIZ, that's the specialized gear. It's the ice axe, the grappling hook, that lets you cross the impossible terrain you find along the way. And this is where the magic really happens. We're mapping TRIZ capabilities directly onto our strategic elements. Your objective isn't just a goal anymore. TRIZ helps you find the core contradiction that's blocking that mission. Your restrictions and constraints aren't just rules. They help TRIZ reframe the problem by using the resources you actually have. And your places to start get supercharged by TRIZ's inventive principles to suggest totally novel approaches you might never have considered. It literally turns a strategic plan into a series of focused, solvable innovation challenges.
Okay, so this is all great in theory, but how can you actually apply this, like right now? Let's walk through a simple, super practical exercise using AI to kickstart the whole process.
The key here is to shift your mindset. We're not using AI as an answer engine to just spit out a solution. Now, we're using it as a thinking amplifier. The goal is to use a large language model to help us diagnose our problem. Is this just a simple execution gap, or is it a true, TRIZ-worthy contradiction that needs a real breakthrough?
So here's a repeatable workflow you can use in just a few minutes. First, you draft a clear problem statement. Second, you use that classic 5 whys technique to really drill down to the root cause. Third, you submit that refined problem to your AI for evaluation. And fourth, you analyze the reframed problem that it gives you back. And you know what? It's simpler than you might think. You can use a direct prompt just like this one with your AI tool. You're not just asking for an answer. You're feeding it your refined problem statement.
and telling it to analyze that problem through the very specific lens of TRIZ, basically asking it to classify the challenge for you.
The AI should then give you back 3 really crucial things. Number 1, a clear verdict. Is this a TRIZ problem or not? 2, the justification for that verdict. And 3, and this is the most important part, your challenge reframed in the language of TRIZ parameters, which makes it ready for inventive solving.
So this process, combining that strategic clarity with a systematic problem-solving engine, it fundamentally transforms how we approach our biggest hurdles.
So the key takeaway is really this. Innovation isn't some kind of magic. It's a systematic process of correctly defining and then resolving contradictions. When you focus on finding the right problem to solve, you go from feeling stuck to actually seeing a clear path toward a genuine breakthrough.
This whole approach gives you a powerful new lens to see your challenges not as roadblocks, but as puzzles just waiting to be solved. So the only question left is, what impossible problem are you going to redefine first?